Welcome friends, this is Sam and we're talking about project management and we are discussing the basic concept of project and project management. So let's talk about it. What is project and what is project management and what does a project manager do? What are the roles of a project manager? What's a project management office, PMO, where are the projects implemented from? So that's the basics that we're going to talk about in next few minutes. What are projects? That's the first question that comes to anybody's mind. Now, if you look here, friends, this is like a bullseye. You know, you are going to hit this goal. So you start something and you end up achieving your goal. So projects are something which has a particular start and a particular finish. It is a start date, it is an end date. You complete the project in the given defined schedule, which is you say, okay, I'm going to create an iPhone 6 in 6 months time, and then you have a defined dollar value, right, which is the budget. I am going to finish this project in a budget of $10 million, and then you say at the end of it I will end up creating a deliverable or a product or a service or even a transition. So you're trying to create something, and that's how it is different from a normal work. In normal operational work, you know, it's a little different because in operations what we're having is a routine work. For example, manufacturing, for example, you know, production, which is repetitive and there's nothing new here. Whereas here, the beauty is that we are creating something unique, something new. So friends, that is what a project is. A project is any activity that you do which has a start and an end, a defined, clearly articulated and understood start and end. You get a deliverable at the end of it. And that is why companies are very much interested in that, because you're creating something within a defined parameter and you deal with certain constraints. What are these constraints? Now constraints, as we say, triple constraints. Well, the triple constraint is the constraints of scope. What are we doing? What are we trying to achieve in this defined parameters? Requirements, right? And how much time do we have? Well, we have 6 months. And then how much money do we have? Budget. So these are called as the triple constraints. So that's what we deal with. Also constraints of quality. We're trying to create a good quality product. We also talk about constraints of resources, human resource. We don't have it all the time. So having the right team. And then when you have the team, we are always constrained of how we are communicating in the project. Risks of the project. You see, not every time you know what's going to go on. So dealing with the risks of the project. Suppliers, another challenge, right? Because if you don't have good suppliers, you cannot procure in time. So it's a big, major constraint for the project. And then stakeholders. So these are, friends, the 5 pillars of project management. And they're sitting on a triple constraint, and as a project manager what we're doing is we're putting all of them together, integrating that. So that is, friends, what project management is all about, and these are called as 10 knowledge areas, and the basics is the hood of this project management, which is what is project management, what is a life cycle, and what is a process flow. So we as project managers try to implement and achieve success by creating these, taking care of all this and then achieving our goals here. Now, as a good project manager, what do you need to know? That's the important question. Well, first of all, you should understand the concept, right? The nitty-gritties of the concept, the fundamentals of project management. And once you know that, you should be able to apply them. A lot of people know it, but they cannot apply it. Implementation is the key. And the third piece is that you know it, you can perform it, but can you get it done from a team, right? A lot of people find it very difficult to get things done from a team. Keeping your team happy, motivated, leading the team, inspiring the team, coaching them, mentoring them, guiding them, helping them, assisting them, all that is very, very important. So as a good project manager, your role is this threefold. A, knowledge. You know the concepts of project management, all the terms, terminology, then you can perform the role, implement it, do it, and then get it done from the team or team management. Very important aspect of project management. So that's the role of a PM. And then next question is where does the project manager do all this? Well, the answer is he or she does it from a PMO, Project Management Office. Now what is the Project Management Office? Well, the Project Management Office is nothing but a place, an entity, and a structure from where you implement different projects. Let's assume you have 4 projects, P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5, let's say 5. So sometimes suddenly in companies you'll say P1 is more important than P2, then P3 and P4. People say no, let's cancel it. So how do you move resources from P4 to P1? What are the systems, processes, procedures that you will follow, templates that will you follow to implement these projects is all a part of PMO. PMO is also expected to help, guide, coach, mentor, and make sure that these projects, small babies, they grow up and become successful, right? Ultimately, as a project manager or as a PMO head, you're trying to make sure that the projects create the end products that you have in mind, right? And you are successful. So that is a kind of an overall nutshell on basics, the fundamentals of a project. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed listening to this session.